Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to another Pokemon card video by the Pokemonster. Today is not exactly a Pokemon card mail day as you are used to from me. I just wanted to touch on some topics that I wanted to discuss for a really long time already, showing you some really cool items in the meantime, talking about some channel updates, starting off with a pile of Kabutops cards that I've collected over the last 5 years. So there will be a next Pokemon card mail day. In fact, I have some really huge piles of new Pokemon cards that came in over the last week or so. But I want to move the Pokemon card mail days towards the weekend. To me, that simply makes just a lot more sense since there is no incoming mail over the Sunday and the Monday. So whenever I have to record the Pokemon card mail day video on the Tuesday, in order to get it ready to publish on the Wednesday, that means we only have one day of Pokemon card mail. But if I move it towards the weekend, I can record an entire week of Pokemon card mail and just show it all at once at the Saturday or Friday, for example. So as you might have figured out by now if you watch the channel for a bit longer, you know that Kabutops is one of my favorite Pokemon. Very close second and maybe third is Zapdos and Pichu. There are some other memorable Pokemons in the top 10, but I think those three are by far my favorites. So what happened, a friend of me contacted me a long time ago. He said, I want to work on a new channel banner for your Pokemon card channel. And I told him, wow, great bro, that's awesome. So after a couple of weeks or maybe a couple of months even now by this time, he was able to finish the artwork and we decided to use it and put it up as a Pokemon card channel YouTube banner. So thanks bro, that is really appreciated. I really love the artwork. He also made the previous Charizard banner for the Pokemon card YouTube channel. And like he said, yes, the artworks are improving a lot, but the fact that we now have a Kabutops channel banner and a profile picture is really cool. I wanted to have everything Kabutops or fossil themed for a long time right now. I'm still hoping and crossing my fingers that we get soon a full art Kabutops card or maybe an illustration rare or special illustration rare. That would be really awesome. Pokemon has hold off on creating a special Kabutops cards for a very long time. I know that Kabutops received a lot of love in the past and he got a crystal card, a shining card. We have the EX Sandstorm one. Of course, he was already included in the second expansion of the Pokemon cards with the fossil Kabutops that you see in the right upper corner. Then we have this Neo Destiny Kabutops, really old card. Crossing the Ruins, I believe, in Japanese. And I got this card really early in my collection journey. And I think these sleeves are really old as well. So the person that I purchased it from had it for a really long time too, is my opinion. Or he went to Japan and got it from someone, a collector over there. I don't really know. But they are both in really nice condition. And this is one of my favorite Kabutops cards so far. At least that I have been collecting, and as you can see the eyes are not perfectly straight, so I went and looked up Kimiya Masago, the artist, and surprisingly enough there is a citer that has the exactly same effect on the card. Is it me or is he just not looking forward straight? It could be perception and my eyes deceiving me, I don't know, but I really love the card. So this huge ramble could turn into a video on its own, I believe, but I have some more topics to discuss. Let's move on to this reverse foil Kabutops from the Legendary Collection, the Fireworks foil pattern. I picked this up a long time ago. I think we were still in the 7th search at that moment when I purchased this, and I purchased it together with a friend actually. So the card was $100, shipping was $5, we both paid $52. The Legendary Collection cards were heavily in demand like 4 to 5 years ago, and I believe they still are. And I thought we need one in the collection, at least I'd need one in the collection, and I had not enough funds to buy it on my own, so I asked if someone wanted to buy it with me. So I'm not gonna take it out of the sleeve, but it is a generally really nice case and really nice card. Beautiful condition, a little bit off center and maybe 1 or 2 dots whitening, that's making it at 8. I think the value went up a lot, but I don't want to sell it. I want to keep this in my personal collection. So maybe I have to buy him out at one point, but for now we are both very happy and I have it in my possession, but still half divided the value. So the Sandstorm, EX Sandstorm Kabutops. Very cool silver border card. I love this era of Pokemon cards. I want to have the Magmar and the Electabuzz still as EX. At least PSA 8, perhaps if possible PSA 9, but they are getting really expensive now. The Japanese ones are still affordable, the Magmar and the Electabuzz. I think the Magmar is not holographic in Japanese, but yeah, really cool. Another cool Kabutops card, one of my favorites from my collection. And then I want to purchase a Shining Kabutops first as my next purchase goal in my Kabutops collection. And probably I have to move on to the Crystal after that, but I really hope and pray that there will be another Kabutops card coming soon. Even if it is just a regular full art, or I hope they will make an illustration where I will buy a lot of those. So I have a couple more Kabutops cards in my collection. They are from my childhood actually, and they are in my childhood binder, so I'm not gonna take them out right now, they are stored away. But yeah, to commemorate or celebrate the new channel banner, I wanted to show you this part of my Kabutops collection, and I hope you all liked it. Let's move on to the next topic. Alright everybody, back again with a small piece of the video. So as you can see, we have two sealed Mewtwo V promos from the Pokemon Go Elite Trainer box. As you can see, the seals are totally ruined, so what am I going to do? I'm going to store them nicely into these card savers. So we take it and stretch it out as far as possible. And then we try to straighten up the seal as good as possible too. I mean, in my opinion, this is not presentable at all. So in order to get this seal nice and clean in the near future, I will turn it around inside the card saver. So the end result of this Thursday is this. And now when I'm going to record the actual Pokemon Card Mail Day on the next Wednesday, you will see the results of me trying to flatten it out. Okay, I hope I was able to show you that next segment in the video that I recorded a week ago officially now. And then we have the both Mewtwo sealed from Pokemon Go Elite Trainer box that I'm going to add to my personal collection. Let's see how it goes with trying to flatten the seal a little bit, because it was really damaged. The seal was not broken, but it was really crunchy and also greasy, and I think it worked pretty well overall. I had it stored away on a pile of cards and then on the bottom of the pile obviously. So yeah, it worked decently. Now at least the seal is watchable and it is not folded all the ways. I think the same goes for the next one. I think it worked out pretty well. And I think this card is really underrated, but that is to each their own obviously. So they are now ready to store away in the personal collection. And as you saw maybe a minute or so ago, there was another stack of card savers on my desk filled with all sealed promos in order to flatten the seal a little bit. I think I'm gonna take out of the pile 1 or 2 of each card, and the other ones will all go back up for sale. I don't need this many. I already have a lot of these Eevees for example, and a lot of the Pikachus as well. Not the ultra rares, but these ones. You see, I already marked these as excellent. They have a little bit of whitening on the back. But I think they're really cool cards, folks. I have to turn the card around to show the shine and the foil on the other side of the card as well. So much plastic in between the camera and the card, it will shine off and show off all the glare of the light actually. Couple more piles that I want to save for the next Pokemon Card Mail Day, and in fact I want to save this Pokemon stack of personal collection cards as well. So what I can show off is that I'm going to sell one of my 2 Coffee Boss's Orders, or rather Boss Cafe promo cards of Giovanni. And you have the versions with the green plastic over here, and you have the versions with the orange plastic over here. So I have 2 green ones. I'm gonna sell a green one, and I already ordered an orange one that you will see in the next episode, if it arrives at least. So I think that's all for today, folks. I can't wait to show you the new Pokemon cards that came in the mail last week, or this week actually. And we will do that on the Friday, the Saturday, perhaps the Sunday. One Pokemon Card Mail Day episode every week. Subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content, and if you're a Pokemon card collector or any type of collector at all as well. And leave a like on the video, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Thanks very much for watching.